What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So, uh, Bernice King, who already was disrespected by um, ESPN and that whole college football thing, coin toss fiasco, um, had her father on his holiday, no less, disrespected again by Sexyy Red. She came out with this image of her making it appear that he's dancing or in lust with her or what. I don't know what this is, man. So she asked her to take it down, and Sexyy Red took it down. And then you got all of these buck dancers running wild on social media, getting mad at Bernice King, saying, "What's the big deal? I don't see what's wrong with it. They ain't doing nothing. She's hating." I'm just to a point, man. I think it's almost to a point where sometimes I'm thinking to myself, are we in the Twilight Zone? Is this like an extended dream sequence? I mean, where millions of black people have somehow been uh, possessed by the ghost of millions and millions of deceased Dixiecrat segregationists. Because I swear it's like they look black. It's almost like I need those glasses that Roddy Piper had in that movie, where they look like regular people. When we put the glasses on, you can see they were aliens. It's like, are these people that look black, but when I put the glasses on, I see goddamn James Earl Ray. You know what I'm saying? I put the glasses on, you look like, you know what I'm saying, Ray Ray. When I put the glasses on, when I don't have the glasses, you like Ray Ray. But I put the glasses on, you like Byron Della Beckwith. Because I'm trying to figure out, something is wrong. Something is seriously wrong with our young people. You may have heard, I'm going to talk about this on my Patreon tomorrow. You heard about that shooter, the black kid, right? Suppose he had this manifesto where he talked about how much he despised himself for being black. He called himself a black Schickelgruber. You get my drift? The dude did the whole Elon Musk thing. He loved Candace Owens, which goes to show you how dangerous that type of rhetoric is. But what the real danger is, and I'm going to get a little bit off of topic here, but that's always something that we talked about. The real danger in this country is the danger of WS. And you should know what that means. Because not only does it indoctrinate many of them, it affects us as well. You start having people walking around self-hatred, with a lot of self-hatred. People walking around also, this is the tipping point here. At least in the past, we knew our history. We had the responsibility, we felt the responsibility, and we had the knowledge to pass on what we learned from our elders to the youth. But for some reason, with exceptions, there's been a gap to that. These kids aren't being taught their history in school, and the parents of these kids don't know a goddamn thing about their own history. Why? Because I don't want to know about all that old-ish. I ain't got time for all that. So you got a whole generation that don't know nothing about their past, and yeah, I spoke ignorantly on purpose. And since they know very little, next to nothing, they pass absolutely nothing on to their generation, to their kids. So the next generation is getting all this misinformation from these so-called black conservative channels who are purposely being paid, oftentimes by right-wing organizations, and some of them have no connection to our land. You know, I catch my drift. I don't like using that term that people use, but they don't have no connection to our land. So they're basically being indoctrinated by a philosophy that is counterproductive to us as a people. So it's like we're doomed. So in many ways, I'm not even all that pissed off at Sexy Red because I expect that from her because she's not a leader. I don't expect her to know anything about our history and Dr. King and what he stood for and why we got to stop trying to lower our leaders to the lowest common denominator. Like, it's just, I don't know what it is, man. It's like we're obsessed with that. I remember some years ago, what was it? Caramel Kitten went to Dr. King's memorial and twerked at it, I think it was twerking. Or was that his grave? No, I think it was his grave. Yeah, she went to his grave and was twerking. Disrespectful. And a few years ago, some content creator, went to his memorial and was twerking next to it. Then some flyer came out that was real disrespectful. There's some image of him with gold teeth, and now it's like we hold nothing sacred, nothing. Absolutely nothing sacred, man. And they're working on Malcolm X now. Oh, I heard Malcolm was gay, and I heard Malcolm was this, and I heard Malcolm was getting paid off by a white businessman, and I heard he did this. And I'm like, man, this is why we'll never be nothing, man. I'm sorry. We're gonna never be nothing. 100 years from now, we'll still be complaining about the same bull. Because I think I'm just gonna keep it real, man. I've been very reluctant to say this, but a lot of us, I think, have really fallen victim to the victimhood mentality. It's comfortable being a victim. I'm sorry. It's just the truth, man. Not all of us, but a lot of us, man, more than it used to be. I mean, it feels good to sit there and blame others for your problems. And so, since a lot of people have problems with their fathers or black men in general, why not throw under the bus two of the most revered black men in the past 60, 70 years? That's par for the course. That's another part of brainwashing, to demonize any and every black man and to uplift others. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else gets uplifted. Nobody's going around demonizing Shirley Chisholm, and they shouldn't. Nobody's going around demonizing Barbara Jordan, and they shouldn't. Nobody's going around demonizing Angela Davis, and they shouldn't. But you pick a brother, and he will be demonized in some way, shape, or form, because we have to be oh so perfect. You do anything that strays from perfection, and you're an agent for the FBI, or you're an agent for the CIA. Dr. King was this and that because you know um, he worked with too many white folks and all this. Never mind that he grew up in the deep South in Jim Crow, where just your very existence as a living, breathing creature on this planet Earth was subject to the whims of any racist redneck living down there on any given day. If you just accused of something by a white person, that was your ass. At the very least, your friend got to get out of town by pretty much, depending on how big the town is, your friend got to relocate within a week. Just if somebody just wanted to accuse you of something. How many black kids you think end up missing? You know what I'm saying? Because of the whims of some drunk, you know what I'm saying? Some drunk ass goddamn racist ass motherfucker back then. You know what I'm saying? it's just I don't think people really understand what and how they were living back then. I don't think people understand the horrors of Jim Crow. I think some black people have it in their minds that we were enslaved until the 1860s and everything just was okay. No, no, no. As bad as things are at times that we like to complain about, this is a paradise compared to what life was like in the deep south, and not even just the deep south, in America in general for black people. This is a paradise compared to what we had to deal with prior to the 60s. So little stuff that we did gain from the efforts of Dr. King, the knowledge that we did acquire from the magnetic voice of Malcolm X, we don't adhere to it. We listen to it, but we don't understand. We don't really put it into our everyday action. We still have the same problems. And every year, we fall farther behind. And now it's to the point where we're fractured, almost to a point where it's almost terminal. When I mean as a group, it's I don't know, man. I can't even say what I really want to say on YouTube, man. You know, so like I said, Dr. Bernice King asked the girl to take it down. She took it down. Because, like, it's bad enough that you're doing this in general, but why on the day that we're honoring him? Why on that day? But then again, you know, like I want to say this too. I don't hold Sexyy Red to the standard of a leader. She's not a leader. She's an entertainer. You know what I'm saying? We don't have any real leaders. Malcolm X spoke of this 70 years ago. We don't have any real leaders. Our leaders are always supposed to be entertainers and actors and musicians. That hasn't changed. It just kills me. Everybody killing everybody on Snoop Dogg and Nelly for performing for Trump, right? Or performing at the inaugural. But they were there, at least they were there in their capacity as entertainers, right? They were getting paid to entertain. Now you could argue about why maybe they should have been protesting, whatever. I understand why Snoop was there when you look at the situation with the co-founder of Death Row and the party. All you got to do is do a little bit of research, and then you kind of understand why he did a 180 on that, right? But then again, most people don't do research. You know what I'm saying? My thing is too, if you're gonna be pissed off at those guys for performing for money for politicians, where was this animus at for all these actors and musicians and entertainers that was getting paid 100,000? I mean, getting paid 100,000, 500,000, a million, 3 million, $10 million, you believe it, to endorse politicians, fake endorsements. I didn't see the anger. I didn't see the same people having problems. They weren't there to entertain. They were there to interject their fake opinions because they were getting paid to endorse a politician, despite the fact that that same politician incarcerated hundreds of thousands of black men and black women, all for the sake of padding her prosecutorial record. You know what I'm saying? So like I said before, both sides are shady as hell. Shady as hell. But anyway, that's all I got to say about it, man. Honestly, I'm so numb to this type of stuff now. Seeing these people, these great people, disrespected. It's just that's what we do, man. That's what we do now, and it's sad. This used to infuriate me. It still does to a certain extent, but now I understand the nature of why these people are in these positions. You know what I'm saying? I understand why Sexyy Red is where she's not there because she's the most talented person. She's there because she fits a particular profile and she serves a purpose. You know, I've already talked about. I got a Patreon video about the meshing between the criminal injustice system and the music industry, especially when it comes to hip hop or what used to be hip hop. So, anyway, that's all I got to say about it, man. Tell me what you guys think.